What's up, my people? This is ShowBizz, the adult. Alright, man, look. You know what, man? Decided to take the sports car out. You know, it's something, man. You gotta take the old lady out for a spin sometimes, man, even in February. You know, keep this thing running. And when I turned it on, it didn't want to turn on. It was like, jeez, I was asleep. I was hibernating. But let's get to the video on my way to the gym. You know, I was thinking about Dominic Reyes versus Jon Jones, right? I'm thinking about Dominic Reyes versus Jon Jones. And I'm asking myself, like, how much of a chance does he have to win this fight? You know, and like I said, this is primarily a boxing channel. You know, we're doing more UFC now, but when it comes to UFC, I'm a bit more of a fanboy, right, than I am of boxing, because I'm a bigger fan of the sport of boxing. And that's really my logic, by the way. So I'm a huge fan of Jon Jones, and I'm trying to think of it rationally. How much of a chance does Dominic Reyes has against Jon Jones? And I'm thinking it's impossible. I'm thinking it is impossible. And I'm going live February 8th for the fight. All right. So hey, look, be there if I'm proven wrong. I think it's impossible that Dominic Reyes beats Jon Jones. I do. I think because I'm looking at it like this. I'm looking at it as a great athlete in Dominic Reyes, right? Great athlete. We all know he was successful ball player, played football. You know, some people may say that he failed in making it to the league, to the NFL. I think it's a success. He played collegiate ball. He was a star in high school. The guy, you know, he's an athlete. His entire DNA, he's an athlete, Dominic Reyes. And I see it as the athlete against the martial artist. I see it as Dominic Reyes. Now, Jon Jones, great athlete too. We all know that. His whole family, you know, NFL ball players, pro level players. You know, Jon Jones being a great wrestler in high school, stuff like that. We all know he's one of the GOATs right now, and he's on a journey to become a GOAT. With that said, I still think Jon Jones is a great athlete who baptized himself in the martial arts. Now, we do know that he had his immature days, right? The drugs and, you know, the legal issues and stuff like that. And I think, see, with martial arts, you first build your body, okay? Now, this is me, you know, taekwondo, doing a little jiu-jitsu, and this is what I've learned. It's really, martial arts is it's for a traveling man. It's for somebody who's on a journey to go to the next level. You strengthen your body, okay? You condition your body, which conditions your mind, making you mentally strong. And then the final phase of spiritual strength, spiritual completeness, understanding yourself spiritually and growing spiritually. But it all starts physically. And when you look at Jon Jones, that's where Jon Jones, that's how he was. Great athlete, beating guys, young, 23 years old, the youngest ever to do it, beating Shogun and all those things. Beating people physically, but immature mentally. And he became wiser mentally, right? He you know, when he came back against Daniel Cormier and, you know, stuff like that, growing mentally with those next couple fights. Now you see him with his spiritual growth, okay? You know, his strengthening his spirit with his team, them praying often and stuff like that, him meditating, all those things. He is baptized in the martial arts. Where Dominic Reyes, to me, is an athlete who decided to fight in the UFC, and he's doing a hell of a job. And when you look at the preparation of the two, I think it's that, okay? Now, there are people that say, hey, how can Jon Jones get up for this fight? How can he be motivated by a Dominic Reyes? Ain't like Reyes is, I don't know, Stipe, right? I mean, Jon Jones wanted Stipe. It's not like he's Daniel Cormier or those, you know, legendary fights, you know, Evans and stuff like that. But what Dominic Reyes is, he is a part of the journey for Jon Jones to become great, okay, which he wants to be great. And this fight has its significance, right? Breaking GSP's record. Now, many people say GSP is the GOAT. Arguably, he is the GOAT. John Jones would be breaking his record as far as title wins. So Dominic Reyes has his significance. He has his significance for John Jones. John Jones will be up for this fight because it is the journey to greatness that John Jones is really on. And Reyes is a part of that, okay? And he said that many times, hey man, you're part of the plan. Which, this is a significant fight. Do I think Dominic Reyes has an opportunity? Yeah. And can he land a lucky shot? Nah, not really. You know, I think he would have to beat him with a game plan. More so than, hey man, you know, everybody got to punch his chance. It really doesn't work that way as much with martial arts as it does with boxing. But it doesn't really work that way much at all when it comes to great fighters. Not many great fighters just get caught with a wild shot. Not many. There's been great fighters who have. John Jones got caught in exchange. I mean, Roy Jones got caught in exchange, stuff like that. Bob Tarver, stuff like that. And Sugar Ray Leonard, he got caught by Kevin Howard, I think his name was. But for the most part, when it comes to great fighters, you're going to have to beat them with a game plan. You can't rely on, hey man, I got to punch his chance. I think Dominic Reyes is going to have to be aggressive. I think Dominic Reyes, he can't allow John Jones to control the center of the octagon, and I think that's practically impossible. John Jones is going to be extremely patient. He's going to control the center of the octagon. He's going to have Dominic Reyes fence back against the fence, which I think is going to be easy to pull off. Because Dominic Reyes, his power is from the outside with range. Okay, that's where a lot of his power, that left hand. And I think John Jones, he's a good inside fighter. Not only would he want to take Dominic Reyes down, but I've seen John Jones struggle with taking a tall fighter down, someone who matches his height. You think of Alex, right? Alexander. Now, so John Jones, get on the inside, do his Muay Thai thing, do his elbow thing, do his, hand fighting thing, hitting you with the shoulder, spinning elbow kick, sliding you along the fence, catch you with a high kick. All those things John Jones is going to be employing on and demonstrating all those things against Reyes. And I just don't think Reyes has as many ways to beat John Jones as John Jones has to beat Reyes. I think it's practically impossible to beat John Jones if you're Reyes. Let me know how you feel in the comments below. I was just thinking, like, what can Dominic Reyes actually do to beat John Jones? And right now, on his journey and where John Jones is now spiritually as a martial artist, how he's preparing for fights, his mentality, right? Physically, he's strong, and his game plan, and what he is. Like I said, you have an athlete in Dominic Reyes, a great athlete, against a great martial artist. I'm going to put my money on the martial artist, and I think it's practically impossible for Dominic Reyes to beat John Jones. Let me know how you feel in the comments below. ShowBizz the Adult. I'm out.